We are live, y'all. Welcome back to another Fishin Tail. That's right. This is where we want you to go grab your neighbor, grab a kid. Not literally, but we want you to take them fishing. Okay. Take someone fishing. That's right. It doesn't have to be a kid, but it is great to take kids fishing. And how we're going to get you to do that is we're going to tell fishing stories. That's right. A fishing tale. Our guest tonight, Spencer, my brother-in-law, is in Alaska, where it's snowing like 3 feet right now and 10 degrees. And I'm in Texas, where it was 80 today. So we got a little bit of different weather and a little bit of different fishing styles going on right now between the two of us, where some of us can fish and some of us probably aren't doing much fishing. But anyways, we want you to take someone fishing. Everyone deserves to have a fishing story. So take someone with you so they can have it. And once they have one story, we know they're going to want a second one. So, all right, Spencer, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having me, Bob.
Yes. Spencer has recently, how long ago? In the last year?
What
Started your
recently?
YouTube channel?
Yeah, last October,
Last
October 25.
So there you go. So not even within a year. Yeah, 3 months. And you can see his name, LARPcom. That's his YouTube channel. Go over there and check it out at www.youtube.com/@LARPcom, which is live action role play.
Command.
I didn't know what the com was, so I stopped. Good thing he's here to follow up and finish that out for us. All right. Before you get started, and I pass the mic to you, I got to crack me open a nice cold Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. And, folks, this is the old run of Baja Cabo Citrus, but back by popular demand for all of 2026, we will have the new formulated Mountain Dew Baja Cabo Citrus all year. So get to your store, your local Mountain Dew dealer, and get you some. It's good. All right, so here we go. We're going to tell a story. I'm going to pass it over to Spencer. It's really an open mic session for him where he's going to tell us a fishing story. It could be his biggest fish, the most fish, something funny that happened, a crazy moment, because if you've been fishing, you know stuff crazy happens. But really, it's whatever story he has. So, Spencer, LARPcom, all you.
All right. So for the Fishing with the Bobber audience, you guys probably know Bob likes to do a lot of catch and release. And my style of fishing is I want that to go in the freezer. So if I go out fishing, I'm not really having a good time if I come home empty-handed. So years ago, Bob mentioned we were brothers-in-law. We married a pair of twin sisters.
Yes.
And Bob was busy coaching, but we went on a family vacation, the rest of us, down to Mexico. And our father-in-law took us fishing out on the ocean. And we were fishing for, swordfish, sailfish. It was pretty awesome, actually.
Dang.
So on the way out, I caught what they called a bonita. The captain was amazing. It was a father-son operation. The son was probably at the time, I don't know, in his mid-teens, and the dad was the captain, and he'd take us out to all the spots. And I caught a bonita. This is just a little appetizer to the story, which I didn't never seen a bonita before, but it was about football round and about 2 feet long. Just like it looked like a real meaty fish. So I was already pretty excited. I don't know if it tastes good or not or what, but they had a live tank in the back. So they just opened it up and it kept it live. We didn't have to club it or anything. And when you go on guided trips, it's amazing because they do everything for you. So they gut the fish, they do all that sort of stuff. And all you got to do is just reel it in. So we get out there and we were trolling for the swordfish, sailfish. I mean, there's I think about 10 or 12 different varieties that look like a swordfish. So I'm not
Really?
exactly sure which one we were actually going for.
Mhm.
But so we're trucking along, however fast they're driving, and you're just running your line out the back of the boat. And I hooked one, and it was they fight a lot. Like this fought way more than the bonita, and my line just goes, or my rod just goes, "Wow," just bends over, and you're
Yes.
fighting it. And they had chairs and stuff where you could put the thing in, or you could have this belt where you like, and it was like a pretty. I must have fought it for about 40 minutes, just like it runs out, and then I
Oh.
reel it in, reel it in, reel it in, and it runs out. And I'm not used to that sort of stuff, and I don't like exercise to begin with, so it was tiring me out. And I was bringing it in, and I finally you get this thing right up to the boat, and it was this beautiful silver belly, blue back with the blue stripes down the side, and it had a big spike on its back with a small, so not the big sail. So I don't know if that's a swordfish or if there's a difference between swordfish and marlin, and I know there's sailfish and stuff. So get this thing all the way up to the boat and get it up. Its head was above the side of the boat, and the captain goes, "Do you want to keep it?" And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Of course I want to keep it. I mean, what am I doing out here?" And I look over, and Roy goes, "Oh no!" And they go, cut the line. The thing drops back in the ocean and swims off. And I was just like, "What the hell just happened?" That was my first time fishing with Roy, and I don't let him answer for me anymore when we go out for anything. But the captain, he was like,
What
I was
were
like,
you gonna do
well,
with that big old sucker?
that's what Roy said.
Put it in the little steaks and
Well, I don't know how
try to
you're
cook it that
supposed to
night
cut
or
it up.
whatever?
I don't know if you
Yeah.
cut it up like tuna, like where you have those big steaks, or you fillet it, or what. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was the biggest fish I've ever caught.
How long would you say from the point of its nose, sword, whatever
I mean, it
whatever
was
you call it?
if you from the tip of its sword nose to its tail, I want to say it was probably at least 6 or 7 feet long. And I asked the captain, I was like, so I mean, it wasn't like a world record one, like the ones you
Yeah,
see in Bass Pro or Sportsman's or something. They're the big fat ones. It wasn't
yeah.
real big and fat like that. But he was like, "Oh, I think it was probably like 120 pounds." And I was like, "Yeah, I
Nice.
would have shipped it back. I would have done whatever it took to put that in my freezer."
They might not do
But
that down there. I don't know.
well, I don't know, but I never to this day I've never eaten swordfish or bonita because then they took my bonita and hooked it off the boat too. It's like we could have eaten that one at
Yeah, well,
the condo.
we gave this thing a ride for an hour and a half, and then
Yeah, he was just abducted by aliens for a little bit, had a little out of ocean experience.
yeah, it's like I don't know where I went, but I was in this different water, and then they threw me back in here. I don't know what happened, but
Right.
that's pretty cool. I have never been like that kind of giant fish. The I guess probably the biggest ones that I've gone after were the Sean took us out when he was guiding on the Kenai for some king salmon.
Yeah, those can be a big log to pull in.
Yeah, Kaylee caught like a 48-pound one. Which maybe that's normal size. I don't know, but it was really
I mean,
big.
that's
She was like
48
holding it up.
pounds.
Yeah,
48 pounds is respectable. I mean, I know there's bigger ones out there. I've heard of
right.
bigger ones, but 48 pounds is
Yeah, I
no
think the
joke.
record was like 98 pounds. So, I mean, it was, only half that size, but she was holding it up and it was like at her neck and it was almost, the tail was almost touching the ground.
Yeah,
But
I
it
mean,
was huge.
we haven't been able to fish for kings. I don't do a lot of river fishing or ocean fishing for them, aside from dip netting. But the last few times I've gone dip netting, you can't keep any kings because their numbers are way down.
Hmm. Well, when I go fishing, I don't really keep any of them. Catch them and try to take a picture, maybe make a video of them, and then put them back in the water and try to catch them again later.
You think they'd learn? I mean, they deserve it to get caught more than once if they catch it.
If they keep eating those pink, pink little balls with silver things spinning around it, yeah, they should. What's this?
Are you? You said I watched that video of you curing your stuff, and you said you're not really using those kind of lures anymore. You were putting some sort of powder on them to make them last longer or to keep them from.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happens, but that rubber stuff on those jigs, oh man, I made that years ago. But I saw somebody had put it on there because they're like, oh, if you put these on your frog legs, they won't get stuck together and they'll always be ready to go. And I go open up my jig box and like half the skirts are just melted. And I don't know if it was just so hot in the boat in Louisiana because it's 100 degrees and 90% humidity every day during the summer. So I
Yeah, I
don't
don't really
know.
run into that up here.
Yeah, I don't know if that or if they just got old and started to dry rot and get bad. But I put that powder on there, and they have it. Now
Hmm.
does it make them stink, and I won't be able to catch anything because they're not going to eat? I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I should get like some garlic powder and put it in here too, so it gives a little garlic scent to it when I go fishing. But
Well, isn't
yes,
there such a thing as stink bait? You just got to fish for the things that like the stinky bait. Does it make your lures reek?
yes, and you got to use your hands, and yeah, it's
Can't
not
keep your
good.
tackle box in the house anymore.
No, nope, that's got to stay outside. I don't use that. All my stuff is artificial lures, and I'm primarily, I'm only fishing for bass. I don't really target anything else at all. I will catch catfish from time to time and crappie and a turtle once in a while, but
Do you keep the turtles? Make turtle soup out of them? I know you don't like eating fish, but do you like eating turtles?
no, I get
That's like
annoyed with them.
that's like a Louisiana thing. Turtle
Yeah,
soup, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They eat everything over there. Oh, look at that! How long do you think this roadkill's been laying on the road? It's probably less than a day. All right, let's take it home.
It's like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yes. Yeah, I don't get into all that. Pizza and burgers is I don't eat
What's for
fish.
dinner?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, right, for sure. But yeah, I've never caught anything ginormous like that. I've caught some silvers up there, 8 to 12 pounds, not huge, but decent ones there, right?
Yeah.
Um, my biggest bass is 6'8". I've caught 3 of them. Can't get above that for whatever reason. And
It's really the same one you caught 3 times.
well, 3 different bodies of water, and I did not relocate it. Not saying that someone else didn't, but I wouldn't guess. But yeah, I caught one on Sibley Lake at like 11:30 at night in the pitch black.
So do they seed the ponds and lakes there? Because I know up here they'll do that with you'll have like landlocked salmon or something that they've seeded, and you'll get a big water truck, and they'll just start dumping water, and fish start
They're
coming out
just
of it.
flying out of there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of like yeah. So we do some of the ponds around here. Will bring during the winter bring trout in, and they put them in the ponds, and then they tell you, hey, we just put in all the trout on this date in this pond, and on this date in that pond. Go catch them, take them home, and eat them.
hmm.
Because they're once it warms up, they're not going to make it. Water
Too
gets
hot
too
for them.
Yeah, the water gets to like 90 degrees, 90 plus, over 90 degrees in the water, and trout can't stand that, I guess. But
So are
um,
these ponds you're fishing in? Are they man-made lakes?
mhm. Yeah,
Because
they're
I had one of my coworkers years ago. He was talking about he's from Texas, or he was from Texas, and um, he had a buddy of his was water skiing, and since it was a man-made lake, they cut down all the trees, flooded it, and he was water skiing, and a stump floated to the surface, and he hit it and jacked up his leg.
well, they don't really cut all the trees down. They just leave them and flood it,
Yeah.
and then what happens is that top will rot off, And then, like where the water normally is, it'll kind of ride off and fall off and float somewhere. Well, now you got a stump that's just at water. So if the water's up, you're fine going over it. But if the water starts, now you have stumps sticking there. Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
And
wow.
I believe folks say that we only have one natural lake in the state of Texas,
Which one's that?
Caddo, which is on the border of Louisiana, northwest Louisiana, and kind of northeast Texas. But the rest of them are man-made. And I mean,
Hmm.
the pond that I'm fishing that's in our neighborhood is a retention pond that was made. I'm sure they just pulled all the dirt out to make lots and stuff like that, and then they just fill it up with water and
Hmm.
try to direct some runoff into it so it can stay full, and then they stock some fish in it. But yeah, Texas wildlife and fisheries is one of the premier, or maybe the best, at bass breeding, and a lot of states are starting to try to copy what they have done here in the state of Texas with collecting. If you catch a 13 plus pounder, you can call a number and they will drive to you and pick it up from you. And then they'll give you a big prize package and all this stuff. And they take it to their place and they breed them with
Hmm.
other giant bass. And then they take those little minnows and plant them all around the state with the genetics of giant bass.
So you're fishing big mouth bass? Is that what you're doing?
Large mouth, yes.
Largemouth.
Yep. We do have
What's the
smallmouth in Texas and Kentucky spotted, but in our pond it's all largemouth.
Have you ever fished for ill-tempered sea bass with lasers
Ill-tempered?
on their head?
No. I was like, where are we going here? I have caught bass up there when we were out.
In Alaska?
Yes.
Where?
They're out when we're out in Seward, and we go out there and we drop down and you catch up, and it looks like they call them black bass, I think.
Hmm.
I can
I
I,
haven't
I
done tons of ocean fishing. I'm pretty much targeting um, halibut when we go out there for that, or dang it, what's that other white meated fish? Um, can't think of it off the top of my head. It's not carp.
lingcod.
Cod. That's it. Yeah, cod and halibut are
Yeah.
delicious.
So typically when we go, when I'm up there and they keep the salmon, right? And then we get home and they grill it, and they grill me some reindeer sausage. So I eat that, and
So
my kids will eat the
you'll
reindeer
eat game
sausage.
meat? Because I have a caribou that I have in the freezer.
Yeah, like whenever we would go to like Gwinny's, I'd always eat the reindeer sausage. I'm sure it's mixed with 95% pork and
Yeah,
5%.
I ground my whole I got a moose years ago and I tried to eat it like steaks and
Yeah,
roasts and stuff like that. And it wasn't really gamey, but I don't enjoy the taste as much as I like beef. So when I got this caribou, I just ground the whole thing into sausage and I
sausage.
cut it with pork. So it has the proper fat content because they're
Yeah,
really lean otherwise.
right.
But I made a bunch of breakfast sausage and Italian sausage out of it.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's what usually we go and buy so that my kids and I can eat while they're eating the freshly caught
So
salmon
your
while we're
kids
there.
don't eat fish either?
No, not really. Um, they don't really eat a whole lot. It's probably my fault because I don't eat much either. But
So Lindsay doesn't really like seafood, but the
they
Kaylee does, right?
we Kaylee, yeah, she always we always freeze some salmon and send it down here, and she's got it in the freezer. And then usually when I was coaching, she would cook that when I was on road trips. Because I don't even like the smell of it cooking, and I'm just, right. And
Especially
so,
when you microwave it the next day.
oh no, no, oh man, oh terrible! You can't get that smell out for weeks. Um, but one time we caught halibut. We were up there and we're back at Roy and Betty's when they lived in town in Anchorage,
Mhm.
and they were making coconut fried halibut. And I had eaten my reindeer sausage, and they kept trying. Come on, try this. It's really good. You can't even. It doesn't even taste like fish. Doesn't even taste. So finally, like there was like a few pieces left. And I'm like, all right, I'll try one. And I ate it. And I was like, well, this is really good. I was
Yeah,
like,
halibut's awesome.
let me get another one. And then like I ate another one, and I was like, I kind of want more, but that they were gone. I was like, oh, that so whatever they did, they fried it. They called them coconut fried, or I don't know. They
Mhm.
I don't know. It was delicious. It didn't. There was no fish taste to it, and frying it probably helps. But because
See,
I will go eat fried catfish from time to time, or get like a
that's really
fried
good.
shrimp po' boy,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I do, but I don't go out of my way for it.
I've see, I used to, when we started dip netting for salmon, I was
Mhm.
doing it to fill up my freezer, and I didn't really like salmon, but I would eat it. And come to find out that it wasn't really that I didn't like salmon. It was the only way I'd ever had it was lemon
Smoke.
pepper
Oh,
and on the grill or whatever, and I didn't really care for that way. Lindsay does like a really awesome blackened salmon that's kind of
mhm.
spicy. I like that. She'll make a salmon chowder that I really like, and she does a seafood chowder that has all sorts of stuff like shrimp, crab, scallops. You know, the whole kitchen sink as far as seafood stuff going. I really like that.
Yep. That's when she's cooking that. That's when I'm like, all right, I'll just do a burger.
It doesn't taste like fish in the soup.
Yeah, it smells like it. If there's a hint of fish smell, I'm out. I'm not like I can't even like have it sitting at the person next to me like at a restaurant. Like if someone orders it, I will give them the stank eye. Like why
You
would
gotta so you gotta be nice to your crew when you're at work, so you don't throw a can of sardines under your truck seat or something.
right? Yes, indeed. Well, oh shoot, I have forgot. Hey y'all, go check out if you like guns, LARPing, which is live action role playing with gun stuff. Uh,
So
I don't know. He's
the
got
reason
all
why
kinds of stuff going on, but mostly guns, and he also owns a flooring business. So he's giving you all kinds of hits, tricks, like this old house. Like it make you watch him do something. You're like, yeah, you know what? I should probably try reflooring this bathroom real quick. Don't do that. Call someone that knows what they're doing because it's not. He's been doing it for a long time and he's really good at it. Um, Trust me, he like it lays down every time. It's like perfect. And I'm like, hmm. I'll even send him some questions like, why did you do it that way? And he's like, well, because if you don't, this happens on the next step. And you're like, I'm like, well, that makes sense. So, yes. But yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, or he's got all kinds of armor stuff that he's been going through, some shooting range stuff. Pinging off. I know he's got a little cowboy pistol at the range. Ping, ping, ping. So if you like that kind of stuff, and then also he does a lot of reviews of the stuff what do you call that stuff?
well
Tactical
that
gear?
that's
What do
yeah, tactical gear, the
there we
plate
go.
carrier is what it looks like you're I'm setting up a plate carrier, so that's on there. We got some war belt content coming up. The video that's coming out soon, I think, is attaching those pouches to the war belt with those molly strips, those Velcro molly strips from Haley Strategic. So
Nice. So there you
hopefully
go.
there will be some videos spring and summer this year of me actually being outside doing some training with it instead of just playing around in my basement.
When it's negative 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
chilly.
So and I mentioned this at the beginning, but he is follow him. He is in Alaska, so there are some cool Alaska stuff that he'll be out there, whether it's on an Alaskan beach and he's just kind of showing you, or the skyline of Anchorage.
That was in
Um,
Nome. That was
Nome.
Nome, Alaska.
Oh
Yeah, the
wow.
beach
Okay,
stuff.
Nome. So there you go. So yeah, you will see some stuff that you won't see anywhere else. And I heard a quote this morning on a fishing podcast that the guy said, and it's something like this. This isn't word for word, right? This is a Bob mix up. All right. But it was like, I'm glad I didn't go to Alaska until I was older in life, because it allowed me to enjoy the rest of the places that I visited. Because if I had gone to Alaska when I was young, nothing would have compared, and it would have been just like, So you will see some cool stuff in Alaska, some different wildlife that we don't see a lot of places, and some cool gun and flooring stuff. So check them out. Spencer, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We will have him back on. Hopefully I can get up to Alaska at some point. We can get together and maybe film.
Do some ice fishing, maybe.
Do some ice. If you have a nice cabin that I can stay in while we're ice fishing,
No, we just sit on a block of ice the whole time.
I'm out. I don't do below 60 outdoors anymore.
You better come on the warmest day of summer then.
I've got soft. For real. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, if the wind's not blowing and the sun's on you, I can maybe withstand a little bit, but Spencer, we appreciate it. Follow him. Go get on his channel, subscribe. You're going to see some cool stuff. And don't forget, take someone fishing, get them to have their own story, and let's grow this sport by taking someone fishing. We will see you next time on Fishin Tails with the Bobber. See y'all.
Have a good one.